So it's Friday the 22nd of February. I just got the 2-inch drop spindles in and notched out a little bit of the lower suspension arm to get that raised spot out. She sits on the ground, guys. The frame is on the ground, which is what I wanted. You can see the arms stick up just a little bit, like they would. But when it's at the right height I have decided on, it's perfect. The arms sit right where they should. I don't know if you can see it. The frame is on the ground, all the way back. I haven't got the airbags for the front yet. It's gonna come at some point. I still got a number of things to figure out. I got to get a motor in this and evaluate front end, radiator, transmission, all that. I've got a visor I need to modify. The angle of it doesn't match the shape of the cab. The doors and the cab and all that have a lot of finished metalwork to be done still. Here's all the rear suspension. It's done. Other than hooking up the airlines and controllers, the rear suspension is done. Airbags, 2,500 airbags hooked to the lower links, and the lower links are doubled. You can see the top ones are round. I put heavy gauge square tube around the lower ones and welded it on both ends. So it will be very strong, and the airbags are at the end by the axle. So that should be awesome. I have Rancho RS 9000 adjustable shocks I got from a local freight salvage place for 50 bucks for the pair. Can't beat that. I'm still deciding on a few things. I'm still working on getting these rear fenders fabricated the way I want. And my second one, I'm having a hard time matching it to the first, so I'm taking it slowly, one step at a time. I ended up clamping them side by side, and I was off by almost a ½ inch on the width and almost as much on the height. And I had one section positioned incorrectly next to the other, so I had to break it all free and start over. But you can see the back end sits on the ground, and when I put the fenders on, the tires just touch the fenders with it bottomed out. So this is going to be really awesome. The fenders are going to touch the ground. You can see the front ones do. I got some work to do on those to make those fit. I'm likely going to have to do suicide on the doors, because once the fenders are on, they're going to overlap the door and the hinge on the front. So I'll have to notch the door just a little bit, fill that in, so when I suicide the doors, they'll open correctly. You can see, like I said, I've got a lot of metal work to do. But right now the main goal is to get the frame and suspension situated so I can make sure that everything's correct before I do all the finished metal work. And here's my frame table. This is what I did everything on. Made from basic materials, really. I-beam, pipe, the screw jacks on the bottom, right there. I've got 6 of them. I've got old toolbox wheels, right there. All of this made from basic materials that I collected at scrap yards. I can level it perfectly in the garage. I've built the frame, not built it, I modified the frame on this in the garage. I still need to make an X member for the center when I get the drivetrain in, which might be a while. So anyway, there you have it. Thanks.